Meetings over Kansas. Very pleasant today. However, we are looking for a new front to begin to drift south and eastward. The central and eastern parts of Kansas will very probably be cloudy in the morning, and then western Kansas will begin to get increasing cloudiness by tomorrow afternoon. Today, however, very, very pleasant reading. 73 up in the Midland area, 72 at Garden City, 70 reported by Dodge State Liberal, 72 over at Bobby Bedford. City, Blackburn area, 68 degrees today. Wind southerly at about 15 to 25 miles an hour. Barometric pressure 30.00 and is rising. And no precipitation. We're about a half inch behind. Correction, a half inch ahead for the year, and 1 53/100ths behind for the year so far. We'll be looking for a change tomorrow, and there's a possibility of some scattered showers. Today, nothing showing up on the radar. However, the satellite photo was pretty interesting for the western half of the U.S. Rain showers, showers on that, and that wide band really heavy snow. Until 2 o'clock this afternoon. So as of that time, of course, the front was way off in the northwest. Now, however, it's moving into the central part of the nation.
Hello, everyone. GM. Hi, Yon. Hi, Mabel. How are you guys doing?
Very well. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing well as well.
Mabel, something's been up. Yes, Mabel, we can hear you. How are you?
Okay, good. Yourself?
Very well. And we've got so much to share, so much alpha to give as well. Exciting new things to talk about. So how are you feeling about it?
Jan, go first.
Oh, okay. I think we are very very near for the beta. So once we have the beta, that's where everything become very interesting very quickly. So definitely not gonna spoil the fun. We will wait until the beta, and for the time being, we will share more of on the design logic. We will have a lot of events we're attending, and we can discuss the reason we're building the mechanism behind and what to look forward.
All right, then let's start off with the events itself. You've been all over the place recently with awesome pictures with the community floating around. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes, I went to Taiwan for the ABS, the Asian Blockchain Summit. And yeah, it's been a pretty awesome trip. So we've done 2 events. So there is a game conference at the downstairs, and then the ABS main event at upstairs. We attend both. We attend 2 panel, 1 keynote. We have run 2 community events. One is during the conference, where we have the 7:30 a.m. morning run together with the community, as about 100 people show up. And also the other one is we done in the stadium, a restaurant, Sports Nation, which is the name. It's pretty cool. And we've done the lunch together. Then we have bit of the walking. We have a lot of the games played by the player there, so which is quite fun. We raffle some sneaker, and we spend about 6 hours in the restaurant. Then we did a bit of walking, so which is good. Yeah, so that's about the Taiwan trip. And next up, we are going to Japan for about 10 days. And I was just writing my itinerary, and it's going to be quite busy, right? We will organize some Japan trip offline meetups. We have the FSL night. We have some music festival we are attending, and also we're going to have the panel for the WebEx main event.
Wow, super cool. Can't wait to see you with our community there. And talking of cool stuff, we've got something extra special for everyone listening live today. We are dropping 3 exclusive activation codes, each packed with 2 Step and Go sneakers. So these are like golden tickets to join Step and Go right now, and they're up for grabs only during this time. So please listen carefully. Also, don't forget, we'll be dropping the Galaxy password later on, so please do stick around. Now, let's jump into our first big topic, something I think everyone's excited about, which is the release of Step and Go House system earlier this week. This is a huge milestone for us, and honestly, one of the most important features we've put out there, simply because this is where we're letting everyone join Step and Go. So no more barriers, just an easy way to get in on the action. And this feature is designed to bring in more people without any of the typical crypto headaches. Jan, why is that? Can you just explain for everyone, please?
Okay. So I think I want to start with the design logic behind having the house system. So people know in very early stage we have the rental system we wanted to put in, but eventually we didn't because we thought that's going to be that's going to create issues when people are now using the sneaker, or the system got exploited. But now we have a very clear picture of what we're going to do. So this is the way we are trying to onboard the Web2 user with 0 friction. So in order to introduce the house system properly, we actually built the FSID first, and also we have optimized the login process, which we improved in the latest update. So people can just using their email get the code, then log in immediately, and then they can create a wallet. And also for the house itself, guests can use the earning to eventually become, let's say, either a buddy or a host, and continue to onboard user. Again, the idea is to have them onboarding the app with 0 cost in the beginning. And in order to do this, we also have to sort out the gas issue because in the OG step, people have to have Solana in order to make the transactions, which is a little bit also difficult for the Web2 user to understand, right? They can't wrap their head around of what is the gas and why they need the gas and where they get the gas. So now we are using the GGT token as a gas, so that the token they earn will be able to swap into the GMT, then buy the sneaker, then transfer back to the spending account at ease. So in order to actually have a very smooth Web2 user onboarding process, we actually have to resolve a lot of infrastructure level difficulty first. And the second design logic we are trying to implement is we trying to further simplify the game process because we have received a lot of feedback for people never play the game, so they don't know how to repair, they don't know how to level up, they don't know how to do the jams. So all this has all been removed from the common sneaker. And also we further simplified the guest experience. So in the house system, the guest will not be affected by the fitness level. So otherwise they will question why the earning drop down then go back up. So we're trying to make the app super simple, super intuitive, so that all the Web2 user can use the product without any difficulty. You know, they naturally, intuitively understand how to use it. So this is the design logic, right? Ultimate Web2 onboarding in our mind. And now we want to talk about more on the house system itself. So we have a lot of community actually questions of the different, say, roles for the user. So the user will have 3 different roles, right? One is the buddy. So to define who is the buddy, so the buddy are the people got in the app through the alpha draw, or they having 1 sneakers, they are considered as buddy. And for the future user, right, they can only get in as a guest, so they cannot get in as a buddy. So that is the buddy. The buddy can access to the house by complete the house quest by burning 10 energy and also burning 2 sneakers. Or the buddy can become a guest. So this is the feature we're gonna make available in the next update. So basically the buddy will have a place where they can enter the activation code, and then they'll become the guest. So once they become the guest, their asset will be locked until they exit the agreement with their host. So this is the first role, which is the buddy. So either the buddy can become the host or it can become a guest. And now we're going to talk about the host. So in order to become the host, you have to be a buddy, right? And the host cannot return to the guest or buddy. So this is very important that once you turn yourself into a host, you cannot be gifted by somebody else sneakers. You can only give away the sneaker, or you can only gift sneaker to other people. And also, we have a lot of questions asked if they can rent the soulbound sneaker. This is actually technical impossible. You have to actually mint the non-soulbound sneaker in order to rent it. We also have updated our UI UX to show which sneaker is locked and which one is leveling and which one can be rented away. We have took community feedback. So originally we cannot get people to level up while they are renting away the sneaker. And now people can level up while the sneaker is rented. So I think this is an easier way for both the guest and the host. The other question we're receiving is how the activation code system work. So for the people that haven't generated enough, say, mint quota or GGT, so basically you consume 10 energy and you get 1 activation code. And until this code is used, there will be no new activation code being generated. And once you have an activation code, and also you have a minted sneaker, then you can start to put together, let's say, an agreement. And then you send the code to somebody, they enter the code, they get the sneaker, they can start walking and running. So all the energy that you assign to this guest will be upfront, took away from you, and then refunded back to you once the agreement expired. We also have done some modification to how the energy cap works. So now, if a host have 2 energy, the host can only share 2 energy to the guest. If the host have 4 energy, then the host can share 2, 3, 4 energy to the guest. So this way, I think eliminate some loopholes. So basically, if you want to share more energy, you also have to have more energy as a energy cap as a host. So that is about for the host. And the last role is the guest. So the guest, well, what we're trying to create for the guest is it will be super easy for them to onboard. So once they put in the email, they put in the email code, they get into the app, they put in the code, and that's it. So only thing you need to worry about is you need to talk to the host if you want to renew. So it could be renewed, or if you're not happy with the host, you can wait until the agreement expired and you find somebody else to give you the code and be their host, so be their guest. So it is ultimately a very easy process. You will have a place to enter the activation code over and over again, so that if you decided to stay as a guest. So I think this is taking a bit longer to explain, but I try to answer a lot of questions for people, so that the house system is super clear when people are using it.
Yes, very detailed and very helpful. Thanks, Jan. And just to summarize for everyone, basically, House System has two distinct features: guests and buddies. As a host, you can lend your sneakers to guests for a limited period and share your earnings. With buddies, the difference is that you permanently gift your sneakers to buddies. And then there's a third scenario. If you weren't part of the alpha draw and cannot open a house yourself, that's where the activation code comes in. So now, Jan, how does one find this magical activation code to get started?
Okay. So people will find in the beginning, they really need a solid friendship with the host in order to receive an activation code. I think I will just, I have a little bit forecast of what will happen. So as the app become progressively visible after the beta version, I think people were starting to pay attention of this app, and people will say, okay, I cannot be the host. I can only be the guest. To be the guest, I have to get a code. They will on social media asking for a code. You will start to see a lot of people asking the code, either in the I say Telegram or other places, Line, WeChat, and but there won't be enough activation code. There won't be enough say energy consumption to get one code, and there won't be enough sneakers. So they will try to get a code by any means they can, because they can see maybe the return is good, maybe people like to see what's going on, and this will make the second goal more visible, and then it'll be even harder to get the code. With more people wanting to get in and need in the energy, the sneaker also going to be in high demand, because you want to get the code, put a sneaker, rent it away, or you want to burn the sneaker, get more energy so that you can make more mint quota. So either way, this will lead to people to want to be the host, because that's the fastest way you can make sneakers. And everybody will, with the ability to become the host, will definitely want to add 5 guests to their house to maximize the production speed of the sneakers, where they can burn it or they can use it. So demand will consistently be bigger than supply, for what I assume, because the new energy system need to burn the sneaker. And when you are renting away 5 sneakers at 4 energy per day, you're looking at 20 energy consumption on top of yours, maybe 24 energy consumption daily. And this means maybe every 3 to 4 days you need to burn a sneaker. So either way, I think we will have massive traction in the beginning. And because this is zero friction for Web2 onboardings, it will be only, I think, few months, we will achieve exponential growth. So I think in the first 3 months, it will be very difficult to get a code. is probably going to reserve for close friends and families. And in about 4 to 6 months, it will be quite fairly easy to accessible a code, but I think will still be reserved to say real world friends. And maybe in 7 to 9 months, people are starting to give away code online friends. So that's roughly a forecast of the code activation code um, um, progress. So yeah.
Nice. So I think what this house system uniquely does is that completely removes the intimidating barrier that sometimes comes along with crypto, creating wallet, purchasing NFT, getting into financial transactions. Here, you just have to put in an activation code, and voila, you're just part of the app. So it's not just about expanding your own user base, but also building an inclusive environment where we've learned from Steppen how people wanted to onboard their friends, spouses, families. So hopefully people will be really making use of the house system and the activation codes. Talking of which, I think now is a very good time to drop in our first activation code. So I hope everybody's fully alert because this is going to be about fastest fingers first. I'm going to drop the activation code in the chat and also say it as clearly as I can here. So I'm just dropping now. The first code is small r, capital E, 1, small g, K, 6. I repeat, R, E, 1, G, K, 6, with R and G in small letters. So hopefully somebody's getting the activation code and the 2 step and go sneakers and getting to experience the app. All right, so we've got the house system up and running, which is amazing. We've talked about the activation codes and the role of host, buddies, and guests. Now, the big question on everyone's mind, Jon, is when do we move into the beta testing phase? Please.
Okay, so people certainly have read our white paper. So the alpha and beta, we have very clear definition of what we're going to put up, but we actually tweaked the progress a little bit. So, originally we're thinking about we release the house and beta together, but we want to get people to experience the house. Otherwise, people are probably going to take a week or 3 weeks to fully understand how house works. So we actually want to release the house system first, and then we're working on the on-chain modules. So the on-chain module will include the DEX and marketplace. So the on-chain model will take, we want to take it quite carefully and spend some additional time to test and make sure everything works fine. So we are now pretty sure the house system is running smoothly. So we'll start to build not to build, but we start to wrap up the on-chain module in the next, say, about 2 weeks, roughly 2 weeks. And then we need to have 1 or 2 weeks for testing, and then we can go live. So we are talk about, best case scenario, talk about 3 to 4 weeks. And the worst case scenario, we'll talk about 4 to 6 weeks each time frame. So we're looking at either is middle of September or we're looking at the late of September. We'll see the beta version. And once we have the beta version, basically we'll go live because people can start trading token, people can start trading NFT. Certainly there will be a lot of players be able to immediately, let's say, have 5 out of 5 guests and starting to onboard user, and we will start to see how I think the in-app economy works, and that's where we're starting to get, I think, some tractions.
Wonderful. And before we move on from beta testing, I'm sure everyone's eager to know, how does one get onto the beta testing?
Okay, so one is you can get activation code from us. So the 2 sneakers. So basically, we'll be able to start immediately. So this can be done through, let's say, the on-chain raffle event, and also the offline event. So I've done the Taiwan trip one, to give away some code, and I'll be in Japan next week, and we'll also drop some more code for the attendance. And the other way is that you can get the code from the existing um, alpha draw winners, because we're starting to see people have already doing like a activation code raffle or giveaway. So we will start to see more, right? So the third way is that people can buy the sneaker from the marketplace after we go live around September. Or they can just wait until somebody gives the code and use it as a guest. So that would be the 4 ways of getting into the beta.
Wonderful. One always knew that coding and codes are powerful. We just are reiterating that. Right. So with beta testing on the horizon, that means the alpha test also is wrapping up soon. Jon, any learnings, any feedback from the community that we want to summarize here?
Okay. I think people are very cautious, will worry about alpha test and beta test transitioning. So technically speaking, there is no alpha beta testing. It's just gonna be, as we put the alpha draw, that's officially when we go live. And we will get people to mint sneakers as much as possible. And so we will just continue to run the product. So I currently don't see any reason we're going to reset it. So people will continue their journey until we have the open beta. So we have taken a lot of feedback, and one thing we are doing is to optimize the onboarding experience. Also, we have done a lot of work on the result page optimization, which people can see very soon. We have spent a lot of time trying to optimize the fitness level, because people are complaining that what is 14 days means, so we change it to percentage for better understanding. We also change, the battery for the fitness level. So it's more sort of visually intuitive to understand. If you're missing a battery, that's fine. But if you're missing 5 batteries, meaning that you are starting to regress on your fitness level. And we also took some feedback that we didn't think before. For example, how to give pathway to people want to become guests from, let's say, Bali. So, this is now what we are working on, so that people with 1 sneaker will be able to enter the activation code from the next update. And other than that, I think we have received a lot of positive comments and feedbacks. And we thank for the community, and also we'll continue to look for bugs or improvement and help us to polish the product.
Yes, indeed. Very nice. Thank you, Jon. Now, I know everything is in our white paper, but I think this is also a good time to just remind everyone what are the new features that we can look forward to once the beta test kicks off. Do you want to just quickly summarize that, please?
I think after the beta kickoff, the next major update will be the mystery box, the roadstone, and then the gem system. Because currently, people can say, yes, it's simplified, it's like a Web2 people friendly or non-gamer friendly, but it certainly doesn't have a lot of the game elements. So the next update, we're starting to see the new mystery box system. That's where the gamification starting to kick in. So we have done significant improvement on the mystery box system compared to 7. One thing is mystery box earning will be standalone. So in Steppen OG, people can run GMT or GST. They will get the mystery box as a bonus almost. And then they need to spend some GST to open the box. But in the new design, you can either choose earning the mystery box, which means you don't earn any GGT whatsoever, or you choose to earn the GDT, but you don't get the mystery box. Because we have implemented such design, the cost of opening the mystery box will be significantly reduced, and we will only looking at the boost cost. So if you wait until the timer finish, you can just open the mystery box yourself. And the content in the mystery box also have changed significantly. So we took the learning from Stephen. They will be only level 1 rollstone from the mystery box, and only differences is the quantity. So you have a level 1 mystery box, you probably have a couple. If you have, let's say, level 10, you maybe have a couple hundred of the level 1 rollstone. And what we've done to gamify the whole process is now you can level up the rollstone, and then you cut the rollstone into the gems. So the rollstone can level up, but cannot be used. And once you cut it, so I think our design team have done a very good job on gamify the rollstone cutting process. I'm not going to get into much of a detail, but it's going to be very fun. And once you cut the rollstone into gems, you will have a gem that you can insert in your sneaker and use it. But the catch is, once you have the gem, you cannot further upgrade the gems. Meaning that if you have level 5 gems, you will stay in level 5. You want to have a level 6, you have to level up from level 1 rollstone all the way to level 6 and then cut it. So in this way, we are further make the whole ecosystem healthier, and not get into where people can just recycle the high level gems. That's also an issue which we see in the early stage of Stephen, that some loopholes where people can just using one gem and on several accounts. So we're looking at very holistically the design of the rollstone and gems to make the whole game balanced, and also much less inflationary.
Wow, can't wait to see all these new features in action. And speaking of taking things,
also
please.
it's also gonna be very sort of I think thrilling experience, because we also took our learning from let's say open the sneaker box, shoe boxes, and in the mystery box or the gem upgrade, people can level up twice. So meaning that it's almost like you open a common shoe box, you get a rare sneaker. So there will be possibility where you let's say cut level 1 gems and then you get level 3 gems. Sorry, you cut level 1 rollstone, get level 3 gems. But there also going to be case where you cut level 2 gems. Sorry, level 2 rollstone, you get level 1 gems. So there will be a lot of this type of a gamified experience, make it more thrilling. So that's another learning we had and we implemented in the product.
Thanks, Jan. That was very helpful. And to be honest, there is so much going on in the FSL ecosystem right now that I couldn't be prouder. I was reviewing the work yesterday for this month, and it felt like a year's worth of work. So moving on, Mabel, I'm going to bring you in because we've now rolled out Step & Go's first Genesis sneakers with one of our biggest partnerships to date. So tell us about this shockingly great partnership with G-Shock, please.
Namingly, it's called Shock, so it's definitely shockingly great. Thank you, Shiti. We are definitely very excited about this one, and I would be very honest that this is probably something, at this level that even ourselves were so surprised and impressed that it moved so fast. We started the discussion back in April, and then now, as you can see, we finished all the design and have tons of back and forth, and then was able to bring the first ever Step & Go Genesis sneakers to the world. So we are extremely, extremely delighted about this one. I think G-Shock, a lot of people know it globally as the most or one of the most famous Casio watch brand. I know some people call it Casio. I still call it Casio, but yeah, you get it. And honestly, it's one of the biggest collabs we've ever done. The huge name of Casio in the global watch industry, or I should say, all sorts of mechanical industry, is very big. So teaming up with them is massive win for us for sure. So I think for the audience, if you have missed the announcement, we are rolling out the very first batch of Step and Go Genesis sneakers, and I know a lot of you have been asking about when these would drop. So yeah, like here they are, right? We've created 800 Genesis sneakers, and each with a unique design for every sneaker type, and all inspired by the iconic G-Shock watches, especially their G Squad sports line, which is something that they're very proud of and would love to put a big emphasis on. So I think for those who are not familiar, who are familiar with G-Shock, I think you might recognize that they have used some of their most famous models for us to inspire and create the sneakers. For example, the jogger sneakers takes cues from the G-Shock GBD 300, and then the runner is influenced by the GBD H2000. Both the walker and the trainer have been designed from G-Shock DW H5600. So these are the inspiration of the design. So a lot of people were asking in the community that what's special about G-Shock Genesis, and honestly, the biggest answer I want to give is the design. I would say is truly unique, and then seeing it, being done back and forth, and then seeing the final product, we are all very impressed by the pure art part of it. So yeah, like it's quite a design journey. We have to say that the the Casio team did a really awesome job. Like their dedication, creativity truly brought these designs to life. So I think the whole team is extremely excited about the collab.
Absolutely. As you know, I'm personally a fan of these designs from day one. So, for everyone listening who is as hyped as I am, shall we spill the beans on how can they get their hands on one of these Genesis sneakers?
Yes. So let me explain the rules a little bit more. I think you've probably seen. If you have not, please do check our Twitter, sorry, our X post. So we're doing a rafflement on more starting on August of 26th until August of 30th. And as I mentioned, there are 800 Genesis sneakers getting raffled, 200 per day, and then a ticket price of 10,000 GMT. But I think what's more exciting is that it's the first time ever that you can enter the raffle using GMT on whichever chain you prefer. I want to caveat though, it's PGMT, EGMT, or Solana GMT. Um, Binance GMT does not include it. So I've seen some discussion on Twitter, so I wanted to explain this. So it's the Polygon, Ethereum, and Solana GMT. And so we just rolled out this new feature on more, so the timing couldn't be better. And then, as usual, you can also use FSL points to participate in the raffle and have the rate up from the FSL points as well.
Wonderful. I think a huge shout out to our dev team for making this multiple chain GMT available on Polygon, Ethereum, and Solana. This partnership is a huge step forward, not just in Step and Go's journey with launching a Genesis, but in our continued effort to bring in the best of Web 2 and Web 3 ecosystems to Step in and Step and Go. And this time with Casio's massive reach. And we have something brewing as well. Mabel, can we talk about the next partnership?
I don't think so. No, the next one. Well, I mean, if I were on the spot, then like I'm going to not let Yon say any alpha, but now I'm on the spot, so I think yeah, no, the next one is going to be big as this one, as big as this one, But honestly, there's the details cannot be shared right now. So what I can say is that it's coming very soon, and it'll be worth the wait. And actually, may I ask a little bit more on the raffle detail? I think I dropped that as well just now. So, in addition to the GMT that's being participated in the raffle, I would also emphasize that there's a bunch of rate up tokens, which include the Gas Hero Genesis badge, the super useful eggs, the Moored Step in Genesis sneaker, and also more trading level 5, and Casio's virtual G Shock. There are two NFT for them. The rate up, as everyone probably whoever have participated in the past knows that it's all stacked up. And then there's like a daily limit of one sneaker per day per account. So I think those are some of the things that people are keen to learn about the details. So I think might as well just mention here as well.
Wonderful. I think it's a good time to announce the second activation code for this town hall. Mabel, would you like to do the honors, please?
Wow, this is very challenging. Okay, let me try. The second activation code is lowercase b, uppercase V, 3, lowercase r, uppercase Z, 0. Let me repeat it again. Lowercase b, uppercase V, 3, lowercase r, uppercase Z, 0. Yep.
Wonderful. Good job.
It's
All
very
right.
tough.
It's dropped in the town hall chat as well for clarity. Lovely. Now let's move on to our next topic and sort of have a throwback at some of the highlights of the last month. We had Step-in Games, which was our own take of social events to celebrate the Olympics with 4 different events. And thank you to everyone who participated in it. The community really seemed to enjoy it, giving us some of the biggest views and engagements on our socials. And there was some serious, impressive performance. So thank you very much for that. Jon, did you get a chance to participate in any of the events?
I actually no. I was traveling, and I'm probably gonna miss the raffle meal as well because I'm gonna be leaving for Japan on the 24th.
Ouch.
So I have to buy it from the market.
Ouch, I know. I mean, the window on our activities are getting so very tiny. Yesterday, I was in a series of meetings and I completely missed the Mochi Freement event. And we should talk about that in just a few moments. Carrying on with Step-in, the Step-in games were just a warm-up before our next big event. Because as you know, what comes after August, it's time for Step-in Ember. So in a few weeks, we shall be celebrating the anniversary of Step-in OG with Step-in Ember 3. And I can already tell you that you guys are going to love it. And that would be just for the online events. But of course, we're not going to stop just there. And we have a bunch of awesome offline events as well, organized by our champions, our pioneers, and our goers. And there's some cool meetups in Taipei where Jon participated already. And we will also see some great events in Medellin and Moscow. Jon, do you want to give a primer on when the next offline events are happening so people can tune in?
Okay, so there will be a lot actually. So we will have several offline events coming up. So first will be the Florianopolis in Brazil on the August 25th for an event organized by the Caliber. And then at the end of the month, I'll be in Tokyo for a range of events during the WebEx. So the WebEx will be held on the 28th and 29th. And we will also have the FSL night on the 29th, I believe. The Crypto Music Festival. I'm been asked to sing for 5 minutes, so I need to practice on that. That's gonna be on the 31st. And also we have the Japan offline event, which we are planning now. So we're gonna pick a city to go. Then we will have a meetup in Minsk on the 8th of September, where Tatiana will be at the International Minsk Half Marathon. And we are also hosting two events on September the 15th. One in Lisbon, where we can catch up with the Laurel Trail and Fire Launcher, and the other one in the Hatsushima for the third Stephen Monster event. And finally, I'll be speaking at Singapore on the September of the 18th for the Token 2049. And then we have another few panels at the Breakpoint by Solana in Singapore as well. So there are going to be a lot of opportunity to meet up, distribute some code, and in the coming weeks and months.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff going on. We give a heartfelt shout out to all of our community, especially our champions, pioneers, and goers who are doing an amazing job putting these events together. Thank you, guys. And if you don't want to miss out any of these events, we have also created a dedicated page on the Step and Go website. So where you can see all the upcoming online and offline events, complete with the details on dates and registration. So please do check it out and you can plan ahead. Now we're inching towards the end, but we have one more topic to cover on Step Inside. And I know a lot of you have asked this question before, and I'm sure you'll be excited about this one. We're talking about the perks of the sticker collection holders from the Alpha Draw. I know there's so many of them out there, and this is something you've been waiting for. So, Jan, can we please drop an update on this topic now?
Yes. Do you know why Jerry's not here today? Because I can say the alpha. So people were asking what to do with stickers, right? So, we were reserving up until now because, the design team was very busy. And so if you collected the full of the FSL sticker, 6 out of 6, you will have a sneaker border, special design, airdrop to you in your Step and Go. And if you collect 12 out of the 12 of the sneaker sticker, you will have a special background airdrop to you. And if you collect the meme sticker, which is 24 out of the 24, you will have a customized result sharing page. So that will be the 3 benefit, I think, for people that are collecting the full sticker. And we will get that done as soon as we can.
Wonderful. Right, so just before we get on to the community question, something that I was referring to earlier, yesterday, we launched another fun little game on Moa, our own mini game, of which the Freeman collection was already minted out in a matter of minutes. I couldn't even get the time to hop on from the meetings and mint it. But wait, we've got so much more to come. So Mabel, do you want to drop some alpha on Mochi and just tell us what it is about?
Sure. So Mochi is a super fun and on-chain mini game. We just launched on More. The goal here is really to promote healthy habit by letting people earn and collect rewards every day, right? You can think of it as a virtual pet but on blockchain. You can interact with it, level it up, customize it with different design elements. But what's really cool about this is that your Mochi tab, which is your cute little character that you have, gives you priority access to some events and experiences within our ecosystem. I mean, what those are, I cannot say for now, but you'll find out very soon. And then also, as you level up, you can earn rewards and even generate invite codes to bring your friends into the game for free. So that's a very good way to grow the community and to make the whole experience more interactive. And then by the way, Gas Hero, in light of celebrating the launch of Mochi, we also launched the Evolved Hero at the same time.
Wonderful. And TAP, for those of you who don't know, stands for Token as Apps, and yet another new innovation that we bring along with our partner SmartLab to Moa. And how can the users get their first Mochi TAP, Mabel?
Yeah. So the official launch happened on August the 20th, 2 days ago. And all the mochi have already been minted. Similar to you, I actually did not have time to mint at all. So I did not have anything. But I've seen like there's quite a few trading volumes already on More, so that's exciting. So for now, until users unlock their invite codes, you can buy a mochi on the More marketplace. You can also start customizing your mochi before minting it, and then you'll need to keep it in shape by doing things like giving it an energy drink, hitting the gym, waking up with a cold shower, etc., just like what you do with Step In or Step and Go. It's all about making sure your mochi is in top form, just like how you did it for yourself. And here's the fun part, right? When you reach certain levels, like 10, 20, 30, you unlock some pretty sweet perks. And I'll let you discover these for yourself. But there is a little bit of alpha that I can share now. I strongly recommend you head over to at WTF is SUT because something cool is coming very soon. Yeah, that's it.
Ooh. Nice. So that's some alpha out there. Thank you, Mabel. I shall repeat, this is a new X handle called at WTF is SUT. So you shall find out more about that there. All right. Wonderful. So much that we have covered today. And honestly, it feels like we haven't even scratched the tip of the iceberg, but that's just how FSL rolls. Right. Before we jump into the community questions, I know people have been waiting for the last activation code. It's been dropped into the chat of Towhnall in 3, 2, 1 now. Jan, please, do you want to do the honors of announcing it?
Okay, so the last code is lowercase c and large case k, number 6, lowercase r, and larger case j. The last number is number 8. So I repeat is CK6RJ8 with the C and R in lowercase and K and J in the larger case. That's it.
Wonderful. So those were 6 Step and Go sneakers and 3 proud winners, enjoying 2 of them each. Let's also wrap up the Galaxy passwords before we get on to the community questions. The password for today, very topical, is house. I repeat once again, all in lowercase, HAUS, house. Right, let's start with some of the questions that users have sent in. The first one, Jan, can a guest with an existing sneaker, for example, somebody who's won a giveaway, still receive an invitation code from a host via the house system? And then what would happen to the sneaker, or are guests limited to the accounts that have never logged in before?
Okay, so we realized that for people that, for example, a buddy want to be the guest, so we are now designing a new entry window where people can enter the activation code and turn themselves into the guest. So there's few things I want to reiterate. So one is that if you become a host, you cannot become guest or buddy again. And also, if you have a sneaker and you enter the code and you become a guest, your NFT will be locked until you become a buddy again, meaning that you the agreement contract, for example, elapse, expire, or not been renewed by you. Then you can access your NFT again. So this is the current user journey, and we will make it available from the next update.
Wonderful. Very good question. Second one, are the sneakers won in the alpha draw and previous giveaways soulbound?
Yes. So other than the Casio Genesis NFT, all the NFT now are soulbound. Sorry, other than the Casio NFT and then the minted NFT, all the rest are soulbound.
Wonderful. Can soulbound sneakers be rented to guests?
No.
All right. if I open the shoe boxes I want during the alpha testing, once the uncommon sneakers are available, do I have a chance to get an uncommon sneaker? Ask someone.
Okay. Technically, yes, but the player will miss a lot of fun because we don't even know when we're gonna open the uncommon sneaker and the mystery box system. So it could be months and months afterward.
Very creative. Does guest have a fitness level? If no, what is their earnings rate? Good question.
So now guests will not have the fitness level, and they will have 100% earning always.
Good. Are there any plans to implement step and go on smartwatches?
Yes. So there is plan, but I think all the plan we are making now will be after the beta go live.
Good things come with time. Will there be a period of time when the game will be unavailable between the end of the alpha test and the start of the beta test? If so, what will happen to the fitness levels?
Okay, so we are aware of say people with two sneakers. If they run out of their energy, and then the beta is still not available, they will have the fitness level regression. So currently, our plan is to get the beta live before that happens. So I think user will have a intergroup experience. They will at the current, I think from what I'm looking at now, all the scheduling and all the progress, I think we are good. People will be able to access the beta before the energy run out.
Wonderful. I am going to now take the last question as I scroll down. So minting with same side sneakers was enabled for a limited time, but for all the users that only have 2 energy daily, they won't be able to mint during alpha test since there is not enough time to fill the requirements. So is there a chance to extend the period of time? Good question again.
Okay, so we as I said, so we don't really have the big distinction between the alpha, beta. So we want user have a smooth user experience. By smooth user experience, I mean they don't feel we are progressing through alpha to beta to open beta. So go back to the question is that we want people to mint as many sneakers as possible because once open beta, there's definitely going to be a lot of people coming in. So it wouldn't help the case if we say, oh, we limit the time for same size sneaker minting, then we wouldn't have a lot of sneaker for sale. So we definitely will extend if we see the situation fit to get as many sneakers as possible for the open beta.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Jan, for answering all those questions so crisply. Just key action and takeaways, because this was a hugely information power-packed town hall. Number 1, 4 days to go for G-Shock Mint to begin. So stay tuned on our socials for all the raffle mechanics. Number 2, house system is already live. So tune into our Discords to get that magical activation code. Number 3, if you want to check out our mini game, check our marketplace for more cheap NFTs. Last but not the least, a lot of offline and online events coming up with Step and Ember as well as Jan's meetup. So you can stay tuned on our FSL website or Step and Go website event page, not to mention the Step and Go Twitter account, X account, and FSL X account. I really, really want to thank our community for standing by us through this alpha test. And we are going to unveil something special with beta that's going to come. I really want to thank our champions, goers, and pioneers for being with us. And last but not the least, Jan Mabel, thank you so much for all the alpha drop today.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
All right. Wish you everyone a good day. Ciao. Bye-bye.
Okay. See you guys.